Well, it's been 14 months since I first introduced you folks to Te Piriniga, our little haven in the Hauraki district in New Zealand. Thought it was time for an update. Not a lot's changed in some respects. The winery hasn't made any progress, but in other respects we've made a lot of progress. So I'm going to take you for a wander through 14 months on, and if you look at the original video you'll be able to compare. This track off here to the right, as we head up the driveway, that wasn't there. We cleared our way up to what I affectionately referred to as the glade. It's a nice little area up there under the trees where a good friend of mine, Shane, and his wife Mimi intend to put a little tiny home made out of recycled materials, of course, and I'll sort of loop back around there as part of the tour. We've taken out a macrocarpa, and that'll give us plenty of firewood for this winter, and quite a few old wattles have come down as well. This area's all been cleared out. It's all full of gorse, scrub before. My friend and partner in this folly, Clifford, he's cleared that out and planted natives in there. Over across the causeway, there's the grapes. There's now 280 Pinot Noir grapes in there, and next year should be our first year of winemaking. So I've got a year to finish, remake the winery, make it workable. So I'll head back up the driveway. I've been up here before last year. You can probably just make out at the top there's a berry cage. Clifford's living here pretty much full time and being able to make a huge amount of progress. He's down in the South Island of New Zealand picking grapes at the moment. It's vintage for the folks down there, and he's down there labouring away. A few changes around here in the wood stack. We're building an implement shed for the ride-on mower, and got a little 4x4. And then around to the side here, where this timber here is, we'll cut a track through here so that it can be driven on, and then up to the top. This guest accommodation, that wasn't there last year, that was up at the top. That was what I used to stay in with my lovely girl Claire. We've now got our own studio, and you'll see that soon. And this is the back end looking down into the glade where that other path heads to. Some French doors ready to go in for Shane and Mimi's place. They spend their time living on a yacht and sailing around Australia, currently in Tasmania. If you want to look up their adventures on YouTube, they've got their own channel, and if you search on Sailing Mahina, you'll find their exploits in there. Bit of progress here. So that's my studio, Clifford's camper. We built a storage shed. Nothing much to see in there other than, well, storage, and a bike shed. And then off the top of that, I've got my deck. There's a single solar panel on the top of the storage shed, and that's just for lighting in there. At the top here, here's the berry cage. These are hard at work. Gardens got a bit bigger. Washing's out drying at the moment. And then looking back around the parking area, our spa's going in there, which will be fun. I'm working on that today. But under the blue cover is the ride-on mower, and there's the little four-wheel drive, and there to go down the bottom into that implement shed. Nothing much has changed there, apart from a bit of preparation for when we make our wine. I'm not sure if the laundry was in place a year ago. Definitely this shed wasn't. And there we've got a 5 kilowatt diesel generator. It's a simple old style low pressure diesel engine, so it can run off any vegetable oil without harming it. The implement shed and workshop, that's got a lot cleaner and a lot more empty because we've been able to store stuff down below, which has been a real gift. Got our wood shed over there, the kitchen that was definitely there last year. We're completely off grid now, so there's no, well, the connection's there, but it's not being used. What we've done in the off grid power is we've connected these 30 amp 12 volt chargers up to the generator, so if we have too much cloudy weather or not enough wind, then we can turn the generator on and we can charge up the batteries. These two switches here, there's two solar arrays on the roof. If they're to the right, those switches heat up two elements in the hot water cylinder. If they're to the left, they're both going into the batteries. Obviously they can be one way or the other. Hot water's currently at 41 degrees at the top. I'm guessing it's probably a bit more than that at the bottom because it's been on today. Up at the top there, we've put a 100 psi 12 volt pump down on one of our ponds below. We pump up to there so that we can use that water for watering the garden. We're not using our potable water, our drinking water to water the garden. And Clifford's foddy, Clifford's studio. As I say, he's away at the moment. He's made some beautiful shelving units to go around his bed, and yeah, nice little comfortable space in here for him. The toilet, there's a lot of videos on the toilet. Double composting unit, that's all in place. What wasn't last year on the video is these steps down here. There's the two composting units for the toilet. One is currently composting away, so it can be turned into a week. Probably 2 months from now we can empty it, move the human manure out and use that in a mulching situation. Can't put that on your vegetables, but you can use it as a mulch. We're trying some coffee plants down here, seeing where we get to. They seem to be happy enough. I think there's 7 or 8 of them down here having a wee play. The little jetty that Clifford built when we were looking at coming off the ponds, we ended up not using that one. We come through here, through the woods, some beautiful big trees. There's the 12 volt in the conduit and then the pipe coming up. We chose to go down this way because we've got a little water flume coming from pond to pond, and so the pump is, well, you can just see it down there mounted on the post, and we're drawing off the bottom of that tub so that we get clear water. It doesn't block up the pump, which is good. Okay, and we've got to climb back up. I'll let you talk amongst yourselves while I wind my way back up to the top. Here we go. This is a little flow meter so that when we've got the pump running we can just make sure that there's no blockages. Just runs off our 12 volt system. Don't know if I mentioned it last year, but we've got a backbone of 48 volts running through all of the buildings as far as here, and we convert that back down to 12 volts for the lights. Definitely showed them last year. We've gone to a full inverter 240 volt fridge, and that runs fine. We don't have any issues with that at all on this, running off the solar and the wind. Here's the woodshed. plenty of supplies. You need that when you've got five fireplaces. This is my whare, my studio. 5 solar panels on the roof. 3 of them are for heating hot water. They'll be used to heat up a DC triple element going through a little 15 litre hot water cylinder. Again, switchable between heating up the spa and heating up the hot water in the studio. That's as far as the water comes when it comes to my place. Still got to plumb the rest of it in. Inside I've just got some drawers, battery, circular saw. I haven't finished the deck. And in here we'll set up just some hot and cold water for washing, and we're using our own electricity down here. So French doors, a little sofa and a fireplace. So the other 2 solar panels go into these 2 250 amp hour 12 volt batteries running a 12 volt system here, and I'll put an inverter in here eventually so that we're not coming off the main system. We'll just be self-sufficient, have our own hot water, again triple DC element in there, and I intend to put another outdoor shower just off this place. Then wandering around, we had a big wind not so long ago and it took this gum tree down, took half of that. That tree's only half the tree it used to be. Just about took out our beautiful coyote on the way. Missed the house. She's pretty fortunate. It's all reclad and recycled. Sorry, it's all clad in recycled cedar. And then nice big deck. There's the roof of the shed. And again, it's solar panels just for going into a single small 12 volt battery just to run lights in there. So that's the update. 14 months on. We'll soon have our car park. It's the area I'm clearing at the moment for the spa. The wind turbine's been fabulous. 48 volt, 2000 watt. That's really, really good. And we've got high speed internet through the magic of Elon Musk and his Starlink network. But there you go, that's the update. Everything's looking pretty good. Having Clifford here full time makes a massive difference to keeping the place under control. In fact, if anything, it's a bit out of control at the moment because he's away. But there you go, 14-month update. Hope you enjoy it. If you like what you see, and if you've got other people that are interested in recycling and upcycling and living off the grid, please ask them to subscribe to our channel. Makes all the difference to us. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it.